All right, welcome back. You know, for many young adults, graduation no longer means immediately moving out and starting life on their own. Instead, many are choosing to stay at home a little longer, sometimes a lot longer, saving money, paying down debt, and slowly easing into adulthood. It's being called a soft launch into adult life. And tonight we're talking with some local experts about why this trend is growing and how parents and young adults can hopefully make it all work together. Joining me here on the couch is Paige Ballingy and then Aaron Knight, both from Holistic Therapy. Guys, thanks so much for being here today.
Absolutely.
I said I feel like they were here as my therapy because, you know, I have adult kids too, and it can be really challenging. Paige, let's start with you. From what you've seen, why are so many young adults really kind of pumping the brakes before entering their careers and really getting life started?
Yeah, the statistics are wild. Over 60% of 18 to 25-year-olds are now deciding to live at home rather than living in a dorm or living in an apartment with friends, and there's a lot of good reasons for it. We know the cost of tuition and room and board is extraordinarily high these days. A lot of schooling is hybrid, so maybe it feels frivolous to live at school if it's going to be a hybrid or virtual platform. And then these are also our COVID kids that were really developmentally, socially, emotionally hit by the COVID pandemic.
You brought up a good point. It was going to be my next question. Does cost have something to do with this? And I have to imagine, Aaron, I want to bring you into the conversation. You know, my 22-year-old, you know, graduated from college. First of all, they're not making the kind of money I think they thought they were going to make. And two, things are so expensive now. I mean, getting an apartment, even if they have to go on their own, we're talking in upwards of $1,000 or more. So talk to me about cost and what really plays into all of this.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a big piece of kind of how it can be different for every family, right? Because the kind of financial situation really is a big factor, you know, that people don't always think about. And some of that, you know, for these young adults can create a lot of insecurity about, can I make it? Do I have the confidence to go out there and succeed?
You know, the other thing I feel like it's such a juggling act for parents. I find myself, you know, when are you maybe giving them too much, you know, giving them too much support? When do they need tough love, or when do they need some understanding? What would you know, say to parents?
Yeah, Aaron really works with these families.
Yeah, I spend a lot of work. I love these families. I love working with these families. I have, you know, 2 young adults of my own that I'm very proud of. And, you know, it can be frustrating at times, but also it can be exciting. You know, it can be very fulfilling watching them blossom, but part of that comes with being able to provide some healthy challenge, because that's ultimately what enables some growth. And to be able to do that kind of in the safety of the nest can help to promote some of that, you know, foundational support.
What kind of things are we talking about here? When you say healthy challenges, are we talking about making them pay rent if they stay home? What sort of things are we talking about?
Yeah, we were talking about this before, paying rent, teaching them how to do laundry, having them shop for their own groceries.
Yeah, it's really important to try to be collaborative with this, though, because really what we like to do is to establish still that healthy family dynamic, right? We don't want to create resentments. You know, we want mom and dad to still get into that good retirement home, right? So working collaboratively with them, being on the same page, can really help them give buy-in to the process. You know, because oftentimes, you know, we push someone and their tendency is to push back, when oftentimes both parties want the same thing.
So is it really just developing kind of a plan and goals? That's, I think, what we've tried to do in our house. Is that the right way to go?
Yeah, I think like a lot of families could benefit from doing some family therapy. Like if you need a mediator or somebody to help support you through that conversation and sort of hold the container for the conversation, but even just having a family meeting, like having a family meeting that's once a month or bi-weekly, where everybody kind of sits down and talks about the schedule, mutual expectations, and goal setting, and like as Aaron said, we all want the same thing, which is for the young adult to thrive and live a beautiful, healthy life. And it can become adversarial when really everybody here wants the same thing, and it's good to remember that.
That's such a good message, guys. Paige and Aaron, thanks so much for being here. I feel like we could talk about this, and I'm sure you've got a million questions too if you have an adult child living at home. So this is just one of the topics that the professionals over there at Holistic Therapy can really help you with. So for more information on all of their services, scan the QR code here on your screen. We'll also have all of this information for you on our website. Go to WLWT.com.